Hello everybody and welcome back to BattleTech, where I have outfitted the King Crab that we just got in the last episode to actually be a missile boat. I wasn't expecting to do this, but then I was just like, hang on a moment. We can have 50 LRMs and 2 large lasers. We've got 14.4 turns worth of ammo for the LRMs. We could maybe drop that a little bit further, but our heat efficiency is actually okay, because these large lasers, they generate 36 heat. If we're firing indirectly, we're going to be heat negative, or if we're just not firing the large lasers. So I think that's fine. We're reasonably armored, in that we've got 1200 armor on here. We're definitely not maxed out, but we're reasonably armored, and this thing does 315 max damage. So I think we'll get that in the schedule. There we go. And we're going to keep this archer, because we need this for when we need medium lances, right? Or rather, heavy lances. So we're going to get rid of this Cyclops for right now. We're going to put this awesome here in the Bravo Lance. The King Crab will go here in the Charlie Lance. We're going to put this Battlemaster back here where it was previously. And then I think we'll get rid of this Banshee. We'll put this away. And I want to get out... Actually, the Marauder can go here. That would be okay. This is set up for a sniper. We can probably change this to be a little bit closer in. Alternately, we could get rid of the Rifleman. And I think we're going to do that. And we're going to put the Marauder here. Now, we're going to have to do a little bit of work here. We're going to need to bring a few mechs out of storage. And we're looking to bring out some 75 tonners, 70 or 75. So I think we're going to get out a, let's see, we need a couple of juggernauts and an assault sniper. So we're going to get out, I think, an Orion. 1K will do the trick. We'll ready an Orion, and then we'll ready a 70 tonner. That Orion will go there. We will ready a 70 tonner, and that would be probably a Warhammer or maybe a Cataphract. Yeah, I think we'll go for a Cataphract.
We'll have it warmed up ASAP.
Okay, so the Cataphract will go there, and then we need an assault mech that can fit a sniper role. To that end, we could go for a Banshee 3E. That does have a ballistic hardpoint and 2 energy. We could also potentially go for a Cyclops. I kind of want to avoid a Cyclops, though. We could go for an AWS 8Q or a Zeus. But I am leaning towards going for this Banshee. Of course, it does have those 4 support hardpoints, and I'm not a fan of that in this role. Maybe we do go for the Awesome. Yeah, we could do that. We'll ready the Awesome there.
Sure thing.
And we want to make sure that the King Crab is actually done after these, because we're going to get started moving to our next location. But we're going to need to get those queued up. So let's go ahead and start navigating to our next location. Although that said, I actually want to work in the store first before we do it, now that I think about it. So we want to sell some of the excess mechs that we have, because I'm sure that we have some extras. Just want to go through this real quick here. Yep, we've got an extra Rifleman. And an extra fire starter. There we go. What else do we have here? Locust. Okay. And looks like that's it. Okay, that'll do. Let's do some quick mech warrior training before we go. Of course, there's only the 4 mech warriors that we need to train. This is a juggernaut, so we want to grab guts like that.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Fantastic. And then mainframe is, of course, a fire support, so we'll grab sensor lock.
Mech warrior training
There we go.
complete.
In retrospect, we should probably switch sensor lock to the sniper. But that'll be something for a future playthrough. So let's go ahead and head to our next location. So we are going to be going to... There's at least one more flashpoint. Yeah, there are 2 flashpoints that are up right now. So we will go ahead and head to this one next. We'll get some lost tech from that. This is a long engagement length with consecutive deployment, so we want to make sure that our mechs are good to go by the time we get there. Luckily, it is a relatively long journey, and it does bear noting 36 days to get there. We're going to be getting very close to our score. Now, we're going to keep going until all the flashpoints are done, but that should be very close to when this score is done. So we're going to go ahead and tick forward until these 3 are fully readied. Okay, keep working at it. Okay, fantastic. Good job. So we're now going to hop back into the mech bay here and do a quick upgrade on this awesome. So first things first, we are going to need to realize that this is a sniper configuration. We're going to leave the armor where it's at right now, and we are going to go for, I think, a pair of large lasers, like this, and then maybe a pair of PPCs. And then beyond that, medium lasers. What does that give us for weight? I think that's all of our hard points full, except for the support hard point, but we're going for the medium laser there instead. We could put an ER medium, but I'm very concerned about heat on this thing. Like, the heat is ridiculous as is. Although I suppose we could drop this medium laser in the head and put in an ER medium laser. I mean, that does a lot of damage. And a lot of stability damage, which is useful. We don't need any ammo, so we can put in an exchanger. That would definitely be heat efficient right now. So that puts us at a delta heat of 105. So we're definitely going to need to pile on the heat sinks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can still get another 2 heat sinks on there. So our delta heat has come down. That's a good thing. Okay, so we have half a ton remaining, and our delta heat is currently 65. That's a lot. I'm actually going to drop the large lasers. That'll free us up quite a lot of tonnage. We're going to put medium lasers on here. It lowers our average range, to be sure, but that gives us better heat efficiency and an additional 8 tons to slap on heat sinks. Boy, I wish we had some double heat sinks. 1, 2... Wait, that was a jump jet. No, heat sinks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll put one in the CT as well. Just trying to spread these out relatively evenly so that if we lose a section, it's not the end of the world for our heat. That's better. That's a whole lot better. We're also going to drop a little bit more armor to get ourselves an extra half ton here. Actually, that was more than we needed to drop. I'll put the rest like that. And then because we have a little bit more armor over here, we can put on the extra... Well, we can still put on the extra heatsink over here and keep it kind of balanced. What's our delta heat? Okay. Yeah, this is not bad. I mean, we're not going to be using this awesome unless the bull shark is out of commission, right? So this is just a backup mech,
Right.
but that'll be fine. Now we need to do the Orion and the Cataphract, and those shouldn't take too long. We're pretty much just going to make them into heavy brawlers, so we will go ahead and max out that armor, and then we will put in an AC-20 probably here, along with 2 tons of AC-20 ammo, 1 ton in each leg. And then I think we'll probably just go for a pair of SRM-6s here. Like these ones will be perfect. That is really eating up the tonnage. We're going to drop the AC-20 to an AC-10. So we'll put in an AC-10 here. We'll only need 1 ton of AC-10 ammo. That'll give us 8 turns of ammo. And then we'll put in 2 tons of SRM ammo, I think. 100 rounds? Yeah, we'll put in 2 tons of SRM ammo. And then we will put in just medium lasers from here. What's that going to do to our heat efficiency if we max out our medium lasers? We'll see. Delta heat of 54 heat. This is kind of not intended for punching. Does this have a chassis quirk? It does. 95 damage. We drop a medium laser from each one and put in an arm mod. Something along the lines of that. Puts us slightly overweight. We can drop a little bit of frontal armor. Like that. I mean, we're not super heat efficient, but we're also kind of intended to get in and punch, right? So we can alternate like that. We don't have any support weapons, but that'll do. I mean, we're only really going to be using this Orion when we can't go over 75 tons.
I'll let you know when that's done.
Now for the Cataphract. And the Cataphract is going to be in much the same position. So we're just going to max out the armor here. We're going to put in, I think, another AC-10. And then 1 ton of AC-10 ammo. And then this is going to be more heavily weighted towards punching. So we'll have a small laser there. That's both of our hard points for that. And then our melee, we do have a chassis quirk, so that's fine. We'll go ahead and put on some arm mods. 40 melee damage, and I guess 10 melee damage will do. And that puts us at 140 melee damage. These are all stability damage, so I kind of don't want to put those in. So other than that, we have a couple of laser hardpoints. So we can put in a pair of medium lasers, actually triple medium lasers, like so. And technically we could put 2 more medium lasers over here. We have 3 tons remaining. Our heat efficiency is not great. I'm not going to put in any SRMs because we don't have any missile hardpoints, which is actually kind of perfect. So we'll just put in some heat sinks. Like so. That puts our delta heat at decent. That's decent delta heat. I mean, again, we want to close in and punch, so this will be fine. We can always sink heat that way and still have the damage output. So these weapons are mostly just for closing in. Otherwise, we've got 0.19 tons remaining, so I think we'll just ditch a tiny bit of armor here. Get ourselves a full ton remaining. Something like that. And then we'll be able to put in 1 additional heat sink, and we'll just put that in the head. Yeah, that should do the trick. Okay, there we go. So those will be done actually before we get to our destination. So let's get to our destination, shall we? That's fantastic, because this is a long deployment with consecutive deploy. So that's definitely something that we're going to have to keep an eye on. It's going to be quite a few jumps to get there. And unfortunately, we still can't skip the jump animation. Be nice if we could, but nope. No such luck. King Crab is finished. We are going to have a financial report on the way. That's fine. We're not hurting for money at all. Like, we're going to get 30 million C-bills by the end of this for sure. Excellent. Additional jumpage going. The jump ship hasn't broken, which is slightly shocking, at least in universe, even though jump ships can't break in this game. Very delicate things in the BattleTech universe, jump ships. The Awesome has finished up. The Mech Warrior Code, huh? Raised voices echo down the barracks hallway, and you arrive to find Train facing off with Mainframe. That's just not how it's done. We're mercenaries. We go where the money is. Train sneers. Why the hell did we face that Steiner kill team for 0 C-bills? We didn't know anything to Gwydion Company. Mainframe suddenly erupts. My cousin is in the Gwydion Company. He's alive because of the commander, and a better mech warrior than you'll ever be. He stalks from the barracks. In the silence that follows, the room finally notices that you've arrived. We're going to summon them both to our quarters. When the mech warriors arrive at your quarters and see the look on your face, they both look nervous. I don't care if you disagree with my orders as long as you follow them. We're in a dangerous business. On the battlefield, you will have each other's back, is that clear? Sir, yes sir, they shout in unison, eyes fixed on a spot on the wall past your shoulder. You look both of them in the eyes, and you will keep your mouths shut about any misgivings in front of your fellow mech warriors. If you undermine my authority one more time, I'll ship you planetside. You pause for effect. Or, better yet, I'll put you in a spider on the next contract. They're both in low spirits. That's fine. It'll be gone one day after we arrive at the next location. So we can probably just tick a day. Or we can just fight with them in low spirits, which would probably also be fine. And considering we're kind of coming down to the wire on when we get our score,
Ready to go over financials.
that'll be a thing. Okay, couple more jumps to go. I think actually only maybe 1 or 2 more jumps to go. This is quite a long travel, of course. Yeah, that was the final jump. And the Cataphract is now good to go.
The work order you submitted is complete.
And here we are. Excellent. Okay, let's get this started, shall we? Commander, I'm glad you were able to join me here on this lovely rock in the middle of nowhere. Shugo Yamaguchi, you're a long way from home. What's the Combine doing way out here? I've received a request from an important and influential duke to personally see to the defense of a covert outpost, and before you ask, no, I didn't know that we had a covert outpost here either. It's the sort of detail that would be useful to know, which of course must be why it was kept from me. The job is exceedingly simple. You intercept any attackers, a task you've proven yourself capable of time and time again, and then you receive a frankly absurd amount of money for your time. 1.5 million C-bills and a cache of valuable military equipment, to be more precise. As I said, simple. This sounds a bit sketchy, Yamaguchi. Why us? Duke Hasid Rakal, 12th Duke of Rodrigo, personally requested that I find competent mercenaries to defend this operation, Mr. Vertanen. Naturally, I thought of you. This is an opportunity to curry favor with an influential official of the Combine, whatever his particular motivations may be. Yeah, Duke Recall. So, I just finished reading the first book of the Grey Death trilogy again, and I'm aware of the sort of shenanigans that he gets up to. This is not going to go well. It's going to be wonderful. Ease up, Yang. Shugo Yamaguchi, we're just a bit suspicious of the generous terms of the contract. Yeah, there's got to be a catch. Not that I'm aware of, Mr. Vertanen. You now have all the information that Duke Recall provided to me. Defend a facility against mercenary attackers. I can find another mercenary company, of course, if you'd prefer not to take this job. It'd be a shame to just give this opportunity to someone less deserving. We haven't said no, we just like to perform our due diligence. Naturally. I'll have my people forward the contract details to you. If you could come to a decision quickly, I would appreciate it. If I have to loiter here for much longer, I may be forced to dip into my emergency wine reservoir. Understood, Shugo Yamaguchi. This certainly doesn't have unexpected twist written all over it. Yeah, but if we start rejecting jobs because they seem iffy, we'll never get work again. Fair enough. And it's definitely gonna go bad. We know that this is a long deployment with consecutive deployments, right? So it's definitely gonna go wrong in some way. Also, Duke Recall is involved. It's gonna go wrong. I can tell you that right now. Okay, so this is a defend base on Martian biome, 3.5 skulls. Shouldn't be too bad, really. We'll leave it like this. We might be able to get some decent assault salvage out of it. And yeah, this is going to be what we're going to run, except that we may have gotten a little bit more XP for our 2 new mech warriors on the way over. Yeah, we definitely did. I definitely want to be able to multi-target.
Training complete.
There we go. And mainframe, I want you to be able to multi-target as well. That is a very, very big deal for us. Excellent. Now we're going to go ahead and deploy here. Even though we do have 2 mech warriors in low spirits, only one of them is going to be deployed on this. So we should be okay on that front. Now we're going to be running our fancy new LRM boat King Crab instead of the Awesome. Like so. So we're going to be running double King Crabs, a Bull Shark, and an Atlas. This is almost as heavy of a lance as we can possibly drop. We shouldn't have an issue with this. In theory. Even though we do have some slightly less trained mech warriors here in our Charlie Lance. So let's go ahead and deploy this. We're going to have some heat issues in Martian biome, that is for sure. And there's not a lot of cover unless we get into the Tempests. So we'll have to see what's available for a Martian biome. So that should be rather exciting. Also, they may come from multiple directions. But for now, we need to defend the Draconis Combine Research Base. Commander, this installation is a vital part of Combine research efforts, and we need to ensure the enemy doesn't destroy it. We believe the opposing forces are a mercenary unit hired by our erstwhile allies in the Free Worlds League, and their intent is to disrupt the important work being done here. Your job will be to hold them off until they exhaust themselves, at which point we'll launch our own counterattack. Seems simple enough, which makes me nervous. I don't like when we're being asked to defend research without knowing what the research is.
Command interface initiated.
Indeed. To be completely honest with you, I haven't the faintest idea what kind of research goes on here. Nevertheless, a credible threat has been made. Your opposition is a mercenary company using the rather grandiose name Grey Death Legion. Okay, so this is post-Trelwan. That's going to be interesting. Huh. I've heard of them. Made a name for themselves on the Lyran and Draconis border. Their commander is supposed to be a hotshit tactician. Imagine me rolling my eyes dramatically. At any rate, my people tell me there are at least 2 lances of enemy eyes on the surface, advancing toward your position. I have inbound aerospace support, so all you need to do is hold out until it arrives. Keep the facility intact and hold out for the cavalry. Shouldn't be a problem, Shugo Yamaguchi. Shouldn't be,
Keep your eyes clear.
but I wonder if they have mech-killing infantry deployed. That would be exciting. However, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to defend this base. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.